Well, according to science, the expression drunk words speak sober thoughts might actually be a little bit more true than we thought. Essentially, if you're a jerk when you're sober, you might also be a jerk when you're drunk, which I thought was a little self-evident, but let's get into it.
So we're getting the data now.
Yeah, let's get into the science. Researchers at the Missouri Institute of Mental Health tested the claims in a lab setting the fun way by having people lay out the difference between drunk me and sober me, which is really just what every girl does at a boozy brunch. Like, you won't believe drunk Jenny. Anyway, then getting them wasted and having them perform activities in front of a video camera. The activities, puzzles, were designed to bring out observable behaviors, and later both the drunk subjects and the impartial observers weighed in on potential personality changes. Now, according to this study, according to their results, they had 156 participants that were surveyed. Alcohol changes our self-perception, but it didn't actually really change any personality traits. The only trait with an observable change to outsiders was extroversion. So some people do become more extroverted, they say, sort of as an icebreaker when you are more drunk, but it doesn't really, your personality kind of stays the same. So what a lead researcher says, we were surprised to find such a discrepancy between drinkers' perceptions of their own alcohol-induced personalities and how observers perceived them. The participants experienced internal changes that were real to them, but imperceptible to observers. So basically, when you think about your drunk personality, and when I was drinking, I definitely referred to, and this is annoying, drunk Grace as a whole separate person, and she was annoying and spent a lot of money. And
always encouraging Grace to drink again.
And I always thought that what I was feeling was very obvious to those around me. They're like, watch out for drunk Grace. But now I'm starting to rethink it, not majorly, because again, it's only 156 participants, and I definitely know.
That's a ton of participants for a study.
What?
That's a ton of participants for a study.
Oh yeah, I know, but we've covered other studies that have had like thousands. So I've been around the block a little bit before when it comes to scientific studies. Yeah.
When it comes to studies from munchies.com.
Yeah. This isn't from Munchies. It's from the Missouri Institute of Mental Health, douche. I'm so sorry. I don't know what that was. Sober Grace. See, so this is a good example. What just happened?
This literally is it.
And it wasn't scripted. So I'm
a nice, understanding person.
No, when I was drinking, I blurt things out a lot, and they're loving insults, But I will call Amir regularly a garbage human, and I love him, but I will say that as a kind of a term of endearment, and I just did that to you too, and I do it more when I was drinking. Sophie, I say mean things to you, but I love you too. I don't know, maybe it's weird.
I've got a lot of mean voicemails from Grace.
No, you haven't.
Of mean voicemails.
But, so here's my question for you, Jack. Where this study doesn't jive for me is that I absolutely know people who are very different when they drink, and it's very perceptible. Like, it's very obvious that they have a different, maybe they are more extroverted, but that extroversion would lead them to engage in behaviors that I would never know them to engage in otherwise. So is that something that you've experienced as well? Does this jive with you?
What this kind of sounds like is when you hear your voice on the phone for the first time and you're like, holy hell, there's no way I am that person. I'd rather die than sound like that.
That's so
and
true.
Everyone you know is like, no, that's just who you are. It's like, oh man, people know me really well and I don't understand myself in the slightest bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you want to be able to excuse everything you do while drunk because you allow yourself to do it. But I don't know how I feel about the study just because it's having a controlled system for like measuring drunk people's personality with a stranger. It's kind of a stupid way to do it.
So
you can't study that thing in a controlled environment. You have to have, the real thing is outside stimuli.
Yeah, so the lead researcher actually sort of alludes to that, and she says it would.
Study sucks, but we got $250,000 to do it.
She said she would love to see these findings replicated outside of the lab in bars, at parties, and in homes where people actually do their drinking. Because of course, no one drinks in a lab. There must be some sort of in the back of their mind.
Probably.
No, there must be some sort of in the back of their mind. I know I'm being watched.
It's called the Hawthorne effect.
Okay, is that what you said the first? And I just Right.
It's called the Hawthorne effect.
I didn't know what that was, so I just continued talking. And that's the thing that I do sober. I'd probably do it. I do that drunk too. If I didn't know what someone was
I interject
referring to.
useless things while I'm sober and drunk.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Super do.
You super do.
It's a big problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone I've ever met.
So what I would do is that if you, and this has happened before to us when we both were drinking, is that you would say something like a really obscure cultural reference. I wouldn't understand it, and I would continue talking. And I was like, the more I talk, I'm sure I'll become more likable. So
You're a conversational killdozer. You're just like, let's just get through this part that I'm not understanding and get
then
to
I'll
something about murder or
in.
Belgium.
Yeah, I'm just as soon as you're like the Hawthorne effect. That reminds me of the Zodiac killer.
Oh, Jim Hawthorne, the murderer. This is a small plug for Murder with Friends.
Well, hey, actually on that note, guys, don't forget, the ending on June 9th is the last day that you can vote for Murder with Friends to win a Streamy. If you recognize this face, it's probably because you saw him on 3 episodes of Murder with Friends, 3 episodes of Murder with Friends. In any case,
I've only been on 2 episodes, y'all.
Don't forget
Please
to
request me for more episodes of Murder with Friends.
When we come back, don't forget to give us a vote for Murder with Friends, and also let us know in the comment section below, what do you think about drunk versus sober? Is there a discrepancy there, or is it all just perceived? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next time on Pop Trigger.